furnace fire experience. After the clay has been made, the potter now put it into the fire. But before he put it into the fire, he will use something like a chalky black something just to coat it. At this time, you don't see anything. You only see the black thing. That is the time that God put his people through. Sometimes, all of a sudden, all those who like you, they leave you. They don't see something beautiful. They see something very ugly. By that time, God has really covered you with a coat. And that coat is to solidify you whilst you go and sit in that furnace fire. So whilst the clay is sitting in that furnace fire, the potter heated. Some of the clay vessels, they go through the furnace fire just for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they come out because they are for domestic purposes. But those that are used for big purposes and big showcases, they don't go through 5 minutes furnace fire. They don't go through 5 hours furnace fire. They sit in it and they become heated. Once they are being heated, you see that the whole clay sometimes it glows red. Then all of a sudden it tends to become like a glass. Immediately becomes like a glass. The potter says that there is nothing else I can do again than to go and start the oxygen and stop it. Because at that time, the potter can see his nature and his image in that glass. Every father will wait till he can see his image in you. They will wait till they can see their image in you. And it is believed that they leave it till 2300 Fahrenheit. The fire goes on intensively for 2300 Fahrenheit. The 2300 Fahrenheit is talking about the 2300 hours, which is talking about 11th hour. In other words, whilst you are going through your affliction and your pains, at the 11th hour, God will come to your aid. God will come to your aid. Then after this is just the summary of whatever I have shared with you. God proceeds to put into the fire to remove our weaknesses and strengths and to toughen us for the purposes ahead. Next, God removes us from the fire and begins to decorate us by painting us with a priestly and royal colors that we cannot see but only feel. He left us in the fire till the 2300 hours. That is the 11th hour when he could see his image and nature in us. God then draws close to us in the fire and says to us, through the fire, my grace is still sufficient for you. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they will not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be scorched, nor will the flame burn you. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 2. Suddenly, the fire goes out. God then stretched his mighty hands to pick us out from the oven of affliction. Out came the most beautiful, adorned, and most graceful vessel which has been prepared before the foundations of the world, which reflect and shows forth the glory and the likeness of the Most High God. Highly sought by kings and priests, chiefs, executives, presidents, prime ministers, sought by generals and VIPs, graceful and gifted individuals. This is the clay that the queen uses to decorate. After having been through all this, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As I finish it, we should always remember that when trials and afflictions and persecution comes our way, They are just another spin on the potter's wheel to make us. And an opportunity to mold us and not to destroy us. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not despairing. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, from verse chapter 2, 4, 8 to 9. This about the book. This book gives answers. The book that I am launching today, it gives answers why young talent fail. It explains why great missions and visions die before they are ever realized. It teaches you the 7 processes everyone goes through before they can experience real, lasting success and fulfill their God-given purpose on earth. This book shows you why a gift without a father cannot make it. This book explains when a gift comes out all of a sudden, it can disappear in the same way. This book demonstrates that great gifts are flawed by seemingly insignificant, not so good attitude. This book is for these purposes. Thank you, Dr. Tete.
Wow. Please take your seats. This is beautiful. This is just nice. Where is Mrs. Titi Latte? Where is she? Is that Enyanam or Enyan? Wonderful. Oh, you can do it better, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you the Latte family. How many of you will agree with me that this exposition is enough? Well done, properly done, and this is what I love to be proud of. It took me a very long time to write a foreword to this book. How many months?
7 months.
7 months. It is not like me. I remember the day I met him in Takoradi. I met Titi Latte in 1990 in Takoradi when he was a teenager. I had my handkerchief that I said anybody who will hold a handkerchief will have an anointing. And Titi Latte came to grab the handkerchief and the guy will not get up again. We closed the meeting, you carry this man, and you don't know what you've done. And for 3 days or so, he was under an unction. In Holy Fire, in Bishop Chumesi's church. And so we've had this relationship has been as far back as 20 years now. And it's like you have a son, you communicate, and Titi Latte's only plan and desire was to come to London one day to come and serve with me. So you can imagine, I needed to be mindful what I put together. And this is somebody that I trust a lot of people, but I can trust Titi. I can. If you have a brother or a son in the Lord who spoke the way Titi Latte spoke now, will you love him or not? No, am I making sense to somebody? He was not reciting the thing or talking anyhow. You know he knows what he was talking about. And that is his life. Titi stayed faithfully with the Lord. Faithfulness pays. Sometimes, like he rightly said, if you wait for the potter to make you a befitting clay, you become a vessel of honor. I am happy. We will not waste any time at